Okay. All right, we're in the living room again. Again, I want to talk big picture here. Okay. Remember the bottom position that we talked about before. Stand in the best position we can. And it's important that we study this position when we've taken a shot or he snapped us and now we're in front of him and he has a headlock on us. So we're defending the headlock right now. And this is a review. Okay. I like to emphasize and to continue to go over how to fight that headlock because it will give us more courage to attempt more penetration from the neutral. If I teach you how to defend that headlock, how to fight a front headlock, you're not going to have as much or enough confidence to do what we ask you to do. If we teach you how to fight that headlock and how to really protect yourself, and then eventually go from defending that headlock to offensive penetration. Okay? Again, just as a reminder, do not step back and look at him. If we fought him off, if we fought that headlock off to a position of advantage for us, do not step back and look at him. I want you to continue forward from where you are. Do not step back. Do not step back and look at him. Right after you've defended yourself, because of the things that I've taught you, you've defended yourself. Now we're ready to go on the offense. We've neutralized his front headlock, and now we're going on the offense without stepping back. Do not step back and look at him. You continue the action. You're never going to be any closer than you are right then. Once we defend the leverages that he's using on us, we want to go right to an offense. We're never going to be any closer than we are right then and there. So we don't step back and look at him and do our brow and go, whew, that was close. No. Halfway through defeating this front headlock, we're thinking about going on the offense and taking the guy down. Okay? And that's one of the things I want us to talk about. How important it is to keep your position here and don't give in to that front headlock. Again, if we're fighting that front headlock, we want to look at finding where the lock is. Using an arm as a piston if we have to, but we have to stay as quasi as we can under there. And yeah, we're going to be under some pretty good pressure. Probably there's as much pressure there as there ever is in a wrestling match, right there. So, okay, this should give us more courage in the neutral. Okay, so we find some hands. We find the lock. Find out what's going on with the lock if there is a lock. Okay, and the whole time I'm probably using one of my arms. I'm under pretty good pressure, so I'm probably using one of my hands to keep me arm's length away. Again, using it as a piston. Okay, to help us stay up right there because nobody has a strong enough core to stay up right there, I don't think. See? So, use a hand if you have to. So it might look like one hand on the lock, whatever the lock is, wherever it is, we go get it. Capture it if we can. Okay? So we keep good position there. Don't panic. Don't get extended. Don't be reaching extensively. Don't reach extensively. Keep your arms in. Your arms don't need to be flailing. We're not going to do anything anyway. All we're doing is tearing our shoulders up. If we're in a tough go and we're like walking forward on our knees. Okay? Again, this should give us more courage in the neutral. We take a shot and we get stopped for one reason or another, or if he snaps us down to a headlock. If he snaps us down to a headlock, it's just like penetration. We roll our hips underneath us. We don't go headlong into the mat. Just keep your position. And get ready to wrestle, because we're going to be under some pretty good pressure there. Okay? And get ready, because he'll panic. Once you start beating his front headlock, he'll panic, and he'll probably try to spin you. The best kids in the world will try to spin you, see? So you got to be ready to get to your feet immediately to save a takedown. Or do whatever you need to do to stay out of criteria, I should say. Okay? But this is the same position. Same position on the bottom. The only difference is now he's in front of us. We're basically hand fighting him in front of us. Whereas before, when we're on the bottom, so remember, we got to stay arm's length away when we're fighting that headlock. We can't give in. You have to fight to keep those hips in and fight to keep that head up. Okay? So we find some hands. We keep position the whole time. I keep my body cocked. See this from right here to right there is the reserve action that I need. From almost vertical to vertical is the reserve action that I need. Okay? And again, my hips roll underneath. Okay? Because that's the key, is keeping your knees up under you. When we're under pressure like that, fighting that headlock. Keep your knees underneath you. Keep your lower body under your torso. And you'll be fine. Okay. First we talked about on the bottom. Weight back. Come up under control on your own terms. Okay. Now we're fighting the headlock. Okay. First of all, get your hips up where they belong. If you're starting flat on your stomach, suck your hips up, knee slide all the way up to good position. Find whatever's going. You may need two hands. You may need two hands up here. You may need two hands up here to fight this headlock. Okay, we take care of that lock, and by that time he'll be panicking. So we go right to our offense. Go right to our high outside business. Or inside single. Again, it gives us more courage to take more chances in the neutral. Because we know how to protect ourselves. We know how to fight to an offensive position. Okay? That's the sequence that you have to understand. And again, let me remind you, the similarity between the positions. It's uncannily similar. You really only have to learn the one position and apply it in at least 3 different ways, and probably all through the match. So, okay? We can't be afraid to choose the bottom, because we know how to wrestle on the bottom. We can't choose not to take a shot, because we know how to penetrate. And even if we get stopped, we know how to wrestle. Suck those hips up, drive those hips in, and drive that head up and get as strong as you can get. Okay? We need more courage. So we have to spend a lot of time at defeating this headlock, because we get there quite a bit. We do the front headlock, and we have the front headlock done to us. So we're taking a little snapshot out and explaining to you how to protect yourselves there, so that we can take more chances from the neutral. Okay? Because it's simply a way of penetrating. It's just a prime time. Because he thinks he's in good shape, see? He thinks he's in good shape, and we fight that to a position where we can start our own offense. All right, I think that's pretty much enough for now on that. I just want to give us the courage to wrestle more in the neutral. That's all. All right, friends. Thanks for swinging by. Bye for now.